Gentlemen, have you ever caught yourself wondering why a woman's actions sometimes seem calculated, almost like she's quietly measuring your every move? You're confident, successful, and know your worth, but somehow it feels like there's an invisible scoreboard in your relationship. Here's the eye-opening truth. She is testing you, not out of manipulation or games, but instinct. Women have an innate need to feel secure in a relationship, and those subtle challenges you're noticing, they're her way of figuring out if you're truly the man she can count on when things get tough. But here's the kicker. Most men don't even realize they're being tested, let alone understand how to respond. So are you unknowingly failing these crucial tests? Stick around, because we're about to decode her unspoken strategies and show you how to not just meet these challenges, but ace them. First, the patience test. Delayed responses and mixed signals. Sometimes she'll leave your text unread or take longer than usual to respond, not because she's busy, but because she's testing your reaction. A delayed response can trigger anxiety, even for the most confident man. You start questioning if she's losing interest or, worse, playing games. This seemingly small action is her way of observing how you handle uncertainty and patience. Will you bombard her with messages, or will you remain calm and composed? Picture this. You've been texting consistently, and suddenly she goes radio silent for hours. Most men jump to conclusions, assuming the worst. But here's the truth. She might simply want to see if you'll maintain your cool or spiral into neediness. High-value men don't chase validation. If she's testing your patience, respond with confidence. Instead of overthinking, focus on your priorities and let her see that your world doesn't crumble because of a delayed text. Trust me, your calmness will speak volumes. Have you ever noticed how a simple text exchange can turn into an emotional chess game? Stick around, because the next test might surprise you. Okay, next, the loyalty test, the casual mention of other men. Women might casually bring up another man, perhaps a colleague, friend, or even an ex, to see how you'll react. For many men, this triggers a primal response. Your ego flares up and you feel the need to either defend your territory or dismiss the topic altogether. But here's the catch. She's not looking for jealousy. She's looking for security. Imagine she mentions how her coworker gave her a thoughtful compliment. If your immediate reaction is defensiveness or an attempt to outshine the coworker, you've fallen into the trap. She wants to see if you're confident enough in yourself and your relationship to handle these situations with grace. Instead of reacting emotionally, acknowledge the comment with poise. A confident response like, "That's nice of him," shows that you're secure in your value and unthreatened by external influences. Remember, women admire men who don't crumble under the weight of comparison. Think that's tricky? Wait until you hear about the next test. This one's a masterclass in subtlety. Next on the list, the boundaries test, how you handle her little requests. Women will often test your boundaries by making small, seemingly harmless requests to see if you're a pushover. While being accommodating can feel like the gentlemanly thing to do, constantly bending to her will can signal that you lack a backbone. Women respect men who can say no when necessary. She asks if you can skip your weekly poker night with the guys to help her run an errand. While helping your partner is important, sacrificing your personal time every single time sets a dangerous precedent. High-value men maintain their boundaries while being supportive. Politely decline when it conflicts with your priorities and offer an alternative solution. For example, "I can't tonight because of poker, but I'd be happy to help you tomorrow." This approach demonstrates balance and leadership. Ready to explore the ultimate test of emotional intelligence? Keep listening, because this next one can make or break your connection. Okay, next up, the emotional availability test, sharing vulnerabilities. Women might share a personal story or struggle to test your ability to connect emotionally without being dismissive or overly logical. Many men, especially high-value men who are solution-oriented, fall into the trap of fixing rather than listening. Women don't always want solutions. They want to feel understood. She opens up about a tough day at work, and your first instinct is to offer advice. But in reality, she's testing whether you'll validate her feelings instead of trying to solve the problem immediately. Practice active listening. Respond with empathy, such as, "That sounds really frustrating. I'm here for you." By showing emotional intelligence, you prove that you're not just a provider, but also a partner who can connect on a deeper level. Think you've mastered emotional availability? The final test will challenge how you prioritize her and yourself. And lastly, the prioritization test, the subtle competition for your time. Women will often gauge how you balance your time between her and your other commitments to ensure she's not competing with your work, hobbies, or even family. While being driven and focused is a hallmark of a high-value man, neglecting her needs entirely sends the message that she's not a priority. She hints at wanting to spend more quality time together, but you're constantly tied up with work. If you dismiss her concerns, she might feel undervalued and start questioning your commitment. Strike a balance. Communicate openly about your responsibilities, but make deliberate efforts to carve out time for her. For instance, this week is hectic, but let's have a special dinner Friday night. This reassures her while maintaining your high-value lifestyle. Now that you've uncovered these subtle tests, let's wrap it up with the ultimate takeaway every man needs to hear. Gentlemen, understanding these subtle tests isn't about playing games. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Women test commitment not to manipulate, but to ensure they're investing in a man who's truly worth it. When you recognize these challenges and respond with confidence, empathy, and integrity, you naturally command respect and deepen the connection. So, how will you handle the next test? Will you rise to the occasion as the high-value man you are? Share your experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more insights into mastering relationships and becoming the best version of yourself. Stay confident, stay composed, and remember, you're the prize.